We got a dual motorbike here. I can't wait to take this out for a ride. This is the fastest Engwe M20 probably in the world. Don't worry, the mush is right here. Fastest Engwe M20 in the world is because this one has dual motors. It is an all-wheel drive bike. We have a 1,000-watt front hub motor that is powered by this 48-volt battery here at the bottom. And if that didn't make it any faster, the original motor is shunt modded. So now it's not producing 750 watts, it's producing 1,500 watts. And that's because we did a shunt mod on it. We also did some other changes. We upgraded the tires. The stock tires that come with them are Basura. These ones are okay. These ones are okay. It's kind of hard to turn on these ones. These are like some all-terrain tires, but I guarantee if you put some slick tires, it's gonna run great. As you can tell, it pretty much looks like a stock Engwe bike. I have a stock one right over there. Pretty much like a stock bike, obviously, other than the tires. You can clearly see the difference. And then also we have other things like, you know, you'll see the new throttle here, side view mirrors, which is very important if you ask me. We haven't done anything with the suspension, but you can see right here, there's difference in the basket. So we had to upgrade the basket because the new controller for the front of the bike is huge enormous. Also, we added a fan to the stock controller to this just to make sure it doesn't overheat. We added 2 heat sinks on it as well. And boy, does this thing go. Rear tire only. Test. Let's go. It's pretty fast. Now let's do all-wheel drive. Whoa, peeling out. Oh my God, you can feel, oh my, the inertia. God, it accelerates fast. You feel it in your stomach, but it's not that fun to ride in. Oof. It's so fast, oh my God. Let's do a count, 0 to 20 count. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. 5 seconds, holy shit. I don't think this speedometer is right. It might be. It might be right. It might be a little bit higher than this thing's saying. So from my testing, it's about 0 to 20 in less than 5 seconds. This thing just picks up and goes. It's enough to make you a little bit nauseous. It made me a little bit nauseous. So yeah, we had to 3D print custom this box to fit the entire enclosure. And if you want to see what the original looks like, this is what the original looks like. It's not even visible. But the fact is, you're not going to be able to get all that fun stuff in the bike with, you know, and I didn't want to put a bag here like most people do. I just wanted to keep the bike. I bought the bike because of how it looks, and I want to keep it as close to its original look as possible. And I think we did a really good job. If you're interested in getting one of these new caddies for the Engwe M20, I think this will probably fit the 2.0 version, the newer version of this bike. Um, I'll go ahead and I'll add download, so you can download the STL file on your own, or I can print it for you. I'll go ahead and throw it on my edge. One thing I will say, you got to print this thing out of PETG. If you do PLA, it's going to melt. The batteries, the controller can melt it. You have to do at least PETG, if not ABS. It's funny because this is a dual motor Tesla. Now I have a dual motor bike, which I think is pretty freaking cool. There you have it. The world's fastest Engwe M20. I'm saying that. I probably am not, but I'm just going to say that for the sake of this video. This thing is a beast. The real question is was it worth it? And before we go into what is it worth it, let's talk about price. So I bought this bike for with the discounts and the coupon code from Tail Happy, I think is his YouTube. About $11.15 for the whole bike, tax, shipping, everything. So relatively inexpensive considering it's dual battery. You can find some cheaper ones out there, but I preferred this one because I just loved how it looked. So you want to do a front hub motor after you bought the bike. This doesn't matter how much whatever you paid for the bike. If you just want the hub motor, it's $215 plus tax, so you're around at $230 depending on your sales tax from Amazon. And then if you need a battery, I've seen batteries go as cheap as about $199, $189, somewhere around there. So you're looking altogether about $450 to $500 to do this mod, and that's basically all you need. You don't need one of these baskets that I 3D printed. And also, if you want to 3D print one of these because you have an Engwe M20, I'll go ahead and link it in the description, the STL file to my GitHub. And if you want me to print one of these, I'll go ahead and add it to my Etsy, and you can purchase one there. Altogether, that's not a bad investment for something like this. Yes, I do have upgraded tires. That tires and the new inner tubes were 120, but I popped those other tires, so there was really no choice on that one. You could keep the stock tires, no problem, save money as long as you don't flatten them, right? So you're only really in there a maximum $500 to do this with an additional battery. I don't think the other battery comes with a charger though, so you got to keep that in mind. You might only have one charger. The difficulty of this mod, I would rate it, from a guy who's never worked on a bicycle, let alone an e-bike before, really, other than I think I fixed a chain once as a kid. Out of 1 being super duper easy, 10 being pay someone to do it scale, I would rate this a 6. 5 or 6, only because you do have to splice some wires. You do have to have an idea of how the wiring layout works out. And then the hardest part is just getting that front wheel to sit on properly, because the wheel locks that come with this particular kit don't fit on this bike. So you do have to do some grinding, and that's the reason why I would actually lean on the 6 side. But it's just takes time consuming, and you need more tools than know-how, to be honest. Or if you could just source out larger wheel lock. But yeah, so I would rate it like that. So we're at most $500 in, difficult rating at most at 6. I think this is a very doable mod for everyone. I don't think everyone should be doing this mod. Honestly, I'm at a little bit towards the side of, I'm closer to the side of taking this thing off and putting the stock tire back on, because it does ride completely different. And it's as nice as it is to accelerate so fast, I don't think it's that necessary when this motor is already shunt modded, or this controller for this rear hub is already shunt modded. So that was plenty fast already, and it was going up all the hills. And I don't know if this is going to make that much of a difference, but I do know it is a lot heavier. Now it doesn't feel as nimble, and it cuts the battery life in half, which is not a huge deal for me because I only tool it around the block, and at most I'll probably go 20 miles at most, maybe, if that. So I'm not going very far, and I can always charge it at home, no problem. So unless I was going long distances, maybe I would for sure not do this, or upgrade the battery to a larger amp hour battery. But that's kind of my pros and cons. So if you're a person that just wants to go really fast on a cool bike, do the mod. But if you're just trying to be a little bit more practical and need a little bit more speed, go with the shunt mod. I'll come out with a video on how to do that soon. But overall, guys, this was a very, very fun project. I am so stoked about this. I am psyched about this. I can't wait to ride it a lot more. Uh, and it's relatively inexpensive. It's relatively inexpensive. If you buy a e-bike, I see so many e-bikes go on the secondhand market for like $300 to $700, and I don't see why you need to buy a brand new one like I did. But guys, it's so much fun now. It's so much fun. So other than that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to know all the parts I bought for this bike, I'll have it listed in the description below. If you want the STL file for this new basket, I'll have that listed below as well. And if you want me to print that, well, I'll have it linked out below. If you got the time and the money to grab an e-bike and spend some time outside, it is nice not being cooped up in this hot ass dad garage all day, every day, and just hop out to a nice bike ride watching the Arizona sunset. Guys, thank you so much for watching. There's a scratch here now. I'll catch you on the next one.